Have you ever noticed something strange? You can understand English, learn new words, and even know exactly what you want to say. Yet the moment a real conversation starts, speaking suddenly feels difficult. Most learners think they need more vocabulary, more grammar, or more study time. But what if the real reason you are struggling isn't a lack of English at all? What if the way you've been learning English is actually the thing slowing your speaking down? In this video, you'll discover the hidden mistake that keeps millions of learners stuck and what fluent speakers do differently. For years, English learners have been told that fluency comes from studying more vocabulary, more grammar, and more lessons. Yet many people who know a lot of English still struggle to speak naturally in real conversations. Why? Because speaking is not a knowledge problem. It's a training problem. In this video, you'll discover why traditional studying often fails, the critical difference between studying and training, and how to practice English in a way that makes speaking feel faster, easier, and more automatic. The learning trap that keeps you stuck. One of the biggest mistakes English learners make is believing that more studying automatically leads to better speaking. It sounds logical. If you learn more vocabulary, study more grammar, and consume more English content, your speaking should improve. Yet millions of learners discover that after months or even years of studying, conversations still feel difficult. The reason is simple. Studying mainly builds knowledge. Speaking requires performance. Imagine someone reading books about swimming for 6 months. They learn every stroke, every breathing technique, and every rule of movement in the water. On paper, they know a lot. But the moment they jump into a pool, their body has no real experience performing those movements. Knowledge exists, but skill does not. Many English learners unknowingly do the same thing. They spend most of their time collecting information. They memorize vocabulary lists, complete grammar exercises, watch educational videos, and read articles. These activities improve understanding, which is valuable. However, understanding English and producing English are two very different processes inside the brain. When you study, your brain has time. You can pause, think, analyze, and search for the correct answer. During a real conversation, that luxury disappears. People continue talking. Questions arrive quickly. Responses are expected immediately. Your brain must access English automatically rather than carefully constructing every sentence from scratch. This creates a frustrating situation. Learners often know far more English than they can actually use. They recognize words instantly when reading or listening, yet struggle to retrieve those same words while speaking. They understand complex explanations but hesitate when expressing simple ideas. The problem is not intelligence. The problem is training. Traditional studying teaches you about English. Real fluency comes from repeatedly using English until your brain can access it without conscious effort. And once you understand that difference, everything about your learning approach begins to change. Why studying and training are not the same thing. Most learners use the words studying and practicing as if they mean the same thing. In reality, they are completely different activities, and understanding this difference can transform the way you learn English. Studying is focused on gaining knowledge. You learn new vocabulary, review grammar rules, read explanations, and watch lessons. These activities help you understand how English works. They give your brain information and build a foundation. Without studying, progress becomes difficult because you would have nothing to work with. Training, has a different purpose. Training is not about learning new information. It is about teaching your brain to use the information you already know quickly and automatically. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. You could spend weeks reading about balance, steering, and braking. You might understand every concept perfectly. But the moment you get on a bicycle, your body still needs practice. Only repeated experience teaches you how to balance without thinking about every movement. Speaking English works the same way. Many learners spend 80 or 90% of their time studying, and only a small amount of time actually training. They learn hundreds of words but rarely use them in real speech. They understand grammar rules but seldom practice creating sentences at natural speed. As a result, their knowledge grows while their speaking ability develops much more slowly. Fluent speakers are not fluent because they know every word or every grammar rule. They are fluent because their brains have been trained to access English automatically. Common phrases, sentence patterns, and responses become familiar through repetition. Instead of building every sentence from zero, they rely on patterns that have been practiced many times before. This is why simply studying more often does not always improve speaking. At a certain point, the biggest improvement comes from shifting your focus. Instead of constantly collecting new information, you begin spending more time using what you already know. And once English becomes something you train rather than just study, speaking starts to feel far more natural and effortless. The hidden skill conversations actually test. One of the biggest differences between studying English and speaking English is speed. When you are studying, there is no pressure. You can pause a video, reread a sentence, check a dictionary, or spend several minutes thinking about the correct answer. Real conversations don't work that way. In a conversation, everything happens in real time. Someone asks a question, shares an opinion, or tells a story, and your brain must respond almost immediately. There is very little time to analyze grammar rules, or search through your memory for the perfect word. This is why many learners feel confident when learning alone, but struggle when speaking with other people. The issue is often not a lack of knowledge. The issue is that their English has not yet become fast enough for conversation. Imagine a driver learning to operate a car. At first, every action requires conscious thought. They think about the steering wheel, the pedals, the mirrors, and the road at the same time. Everything feels slow and overwhelming. But after enough practice, many of these actions become automatic. The driver no longer thinks about every movement. Their attention can focus on the journey itself. Speaking English follows a similar pattern. When your brain has to consciously translate from your native language, remember grammar rules, and search for vocabulary at the same time, conversations feel exhausting. Even simple questions can create hesitation because your brain is handling several tasks at once. Fluent speakers experience something different. They are not necessarily smarter or more knowledgeable. Their brains have simply developed faster access to English. Common words, phrases, and sentence structures appear automatically, allowing them to focus on the message rather than the mechanics of the language. That is why speed matters so much. Conversations reward quick access, not perfect knowledge. The goal is not to know English intellectually. The goal is to make English available the moment you need it. And the good news is that conversational speed is not something you are born with. It is a skill that can be trained, developed, and strengthened through the right kind of practice. Train English the way you'll actually use it. If conversations are the goal, then your practice should look more like conversations. This sounds obvious, but most learners do the opposite. They spend most of their time consuming English and very little time producing it. The brain becomes good at whatever it repeatedly does. If you mostly read English, you'll become better at reading. If you mostly listen to English, you'll improve your listening. But if you want to speak English comfortably, your brain must regularly practice speaking. This doesn't mean you need a speaking partner all day. In fact, some of the most effective speaking practice can be done alone. One powerful method is speaking out loud about your daily life. Describe what you are doing, what you are thinking, or what happened that day. The goal is not perfect English. The goal is teaching your brain to create English in real time. Another useful exercise is response practice. Listen to a question from a video, podcast, or conversation and pause before hearing the answer. Then respond yourself. This forces your brain to generate language quickly instead of passively understanding what someone else says. You can also use retelling practice. After watching a short video or reading a brief article, explain the main ideas in your own words. This strengthens your ability to organize thoughts and express them naturally without relying on memorized sentences. Most importantly, stop measuring success by how much new information you learn each day. Instead, measure success by how much English you actively use. A learner who practices speaking for 15 focused minutes can often make more speaking progress than someone who spends hours simply consuming content. Remember, fluency is not built by storing endless amounts of English inside your mind. Fluency is built by repeatedly bringing English out of your mind. Every time you speak, explain, describe, or respond, you strengthen the pathways that make future conversations easier. And the more often you use English naturally, the more natural English begins to feel. Build a system that makes speaking inevitable. The biggest mistake many learners make is treating speaking practice as something they do only when they feel motivated. Some days they practice a lot. Other days they do nothing. As a result, progress becomes unpredictable and speaking confidence develops very slowly. Fluent speakers are rarely created by motivation alone. They are created by systems. A system removes the need to constantly decide what to do. Instead of asking yourself how to practice English every day, you already know the answer because the routine has been established in advance. For example, imagine spending 10 minutes listening to English in the morning, 10 minutes speaking out loud during the afternoon, and 10 minutes retelling what you learned in the evening. None of these activities are difficult on their own. But when repeated consistently, they create something powerful: daily interaction with English. This consistency is what most learners underestimate. Many people search for secret techniques, advanced courses, or faster methods. Yet fluency is often built through simple actions repeated hundreds of times. Small daily sessions usually outperform occasional intense study sessions because your brain develops stronger and more reliable language patterns through regular use. It's also important to keep your routine focused on output, not just input. Listening and reading are valuable, but they should not be the entire system. Every day, your brain should have opportunities to produce English, organize thoughts in English, and express ideas in English. That is how speaking becomes automatic. The goal is not to create a perfect routine. The goal is to create a routine you can maintain for months. A simple system followed consistently will always beat a complicated system that is abandoned after a week. When you stop viewing English as a subject to study and start treating it as a skill to train, everything begins to change. Speaking becomes less stressful, responses become faster, and confidence grows naturally. Over time, English stops feeling like something you learned and starts feeling like something you can actually use whenever you need it. The truth is, speaking English doesn't become easier because you learn more and more information. It becomes easier when your brain learns to use what you already know automatically. That's why so many learners stay stuck despite years of studying, while others make rapid progress with less knowledge but better training. The moment you stop treating English as a subject to memorize and start treating it as a skill to practice, fluency begins to feel much more achievable. And often, the breakthrough you've been searching for isn't more English, it's a better way of learning it. If this changed the way you see your English, consider hitting subscribe and staying connected for more. If you found this helpful, a like really supports the content and helps it reach more people. You can share this with someone who understands English but still struggles to speak naturally. Try writing one simple sentence in English in the comments, without translating, just your thoughts. If you want to keep improving step by step, turn on the bell icon so you do not miss what comes next. Thank you for watching and putting in the effort to improve.